So, I went and saw it Ends With Us last night.
Okay.
And it was an experience, to say the least.
Did you enjoy it?
No.
You didn't?
Well, okay, actually, maybe that's too strong. I didn't not enjoy it. I didn't love it. I probably don't think I could rate it above like a 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you read the books?
So I read the book when it first came out, but that was like, it was a while back and I haven't reread it since. So I didn't, there was some stuff that I'd like forgotten. I will say I do think that the book, I think if people are really big fans of the book, they probably will pretty much like the film. Like I would say it's a pretty close adaptation.
I think the director did say that he really wanted to make sure that it followed the books.
Yeah, and it does.
Like a lot. And I mean, the book's massive. I think it's outsold the Bible.
Yeah, outsold the Bible last year, I'm pretty sure. Or in 2022, I think it was. And it is a massive book. Like, it's so viral on TikTok. Like Book Talk, it's massive online. People are always talking about it on Twitter. But it's kind of a difficult one because Colleen Hoover, who is the author of the book, has been kind of controversial in the past. And the film, in and of itself, I will say, like, it definitely should come with a trigger warning.
I think that it's had a lot of controversy over like, the marketing of it, kind of like flowery and really nice and like da-da-da.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are just being like, are they really kind of like, what's the word? Not decriminalizing, but like
glamorizing and
and romanticizing like
the stuff that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, there's probably going to be spoilers in this.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's. I think that's the angle that they tried to take of like, it's a great movie, and then boom.
Exactly. So the friend that I went with hadn't read the book, and she. So I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, like a majority of the book centers around this relationship that has some domestic violence and abuse within it, and. If I hadn't have told that before, she kind of said, because she said, like, is there anything I should know? And I was kind of like, just as like an update, like, or as a kind of like forewarning, like, this is what part of it is about. And she had said that if I hadn't have told her that, from just like watching the trailer, from looking at like, Blake Lively's kind of like marketing that she's done where there was that video of her grab your friends, wear your florals, like come on down to the cinema, you would think it was just basically a love triangle, like rom-com.
Yeah.
Love-com.
When
in reality, there are obviously like lighter moments in it, but it's a pretty dark film.
Yeah.
And the scenes where they show the domestic abuse are very intense. And if I wasn't aware of that beforehand, I would have been really kind of taken aback.
I mean, a lot of people can get triggered on stuff like this. Some people enjoy films to be like that. Like, not domestic violence, but like the expect the unexpected kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? But the director wrote the books because it was based off her mum's story.
So the director was Justin Baldoni. Yeah, the author.
The author wrote the book.
Yeah, Colleen Hoover's mum was in an abusive relationship, and it was based upon that story. Well, not based on, but like influenced by those experiences. And there are some really well-directed and well-thought-out scenes within the film that touch upon those themes. But in general, it was a bit of a dumpster fire of a film. Like, I would say, to give credit to Justin Baldoni, the director, I think that the scenes that were the most sensitive topics, they were probably the most well-directed and, most well-written as well. I would say that the stuff that was pretty crap in it was all of, the attempts at, romance and, making Lily Bloom this, really unique, indie different girl that, wants to wear a workman's jacket over her ball gown because she's just that unique and special. And in reality, it was just kind of giving off, forced.
The director did say that he went to a lot of, charities and stuff to speak to people that have gone through domestic violence and had gained this experience just to sort of, make sure the story is set out.
I could see that.
Correctly.
And I know he's spoken about it a lot in the press junket. I think he's been the only one in the press junket that's really spoken about that side of the film.
How weird has the press been, though?
So bizarre.
It's just, he's doing, his own thing.
Yeah.
And then you've got, Blake and her husband and everyone else doing their own thing. And
I'm not gonna lie, I love Ryan Reynolds, but I did find it weird how he was in so much of the press stuff. There was that whole video obviously where he interviews, I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who plays Atlas. And he interviews him as one of the press junket things or whatever. And then he's also obviously on the red carpet, which makes sense because he's with Blake. But it was kind of weird because I think Blake spoke on the red carpet about how her and Ryan like help each other with all of their stuff and they're so intertwined with each other's projects, but I feel like he was a lot more involved in this than say she was in like Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah. She did have a part in Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen the film.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, so
What does she do in it?
she plays
His wife? A bad person?
woman pool, girl
Woman pool.
I don't know what's the
Oh, really? Okay, well, I take that back then.
Dead woman? No.
Dead
woman pool, girl pool. Anyway,
Even still, it was kind of like, it was a bit weird because obviously there was also a moment where there's a video where one of the screenwriters is talking about one of the most challenging scenes for her to write. And she's talking specifically about the rooftop scene, which I personally thought was trash anyway. But she was kind of talking about how it was quite difficult to write. And it turns out, I don't know if it was on that same red carpet, but it was in another one of those moments. Blake Lively revealed that it was actually Ryan Reynolds who wrote that scene in the end.